Okay, so this is Educated, and in this video, we're going to talk about the syllabus. Okay, I encourage you, of course, to read through the syllabus in detail, but this short clip will be used to highlight just some key points. But read through the entire syllabus so you understand the framework and the contract for the class. Okay, this is our classroom, of course. We are meeting in grad 0309. Okay, and the days of meeting, I believe you already have this information at the moment. This is my office. I am barely there, so the best way to communicate with me will be through email. So use my email and send me information at any time. I'll try to respond within 24 hours. But if after 24 hours you didn't get a response from me, then you can send a reminder. Okay. Sometimes you get piled up that things get lost. Okay, so I have office hours here and time space to also help, tutoring help using this link. Okay, you have immediately after our class on Tuesdays and Thursday, we can meet in person between 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Okay, this will be in person and it will be working basis. Just working and on first come first serve basis. Okay, the meeting will be holding, or these office hours will be holding in the start lab. Okay, that will be in the graduate building, the same building as our class is taking place, room 342. Okay, simply called grad 342. It's a computer lab. So that is where the office hours will hold. And if this time space, 11 to 12:30 p.m., wouldn't work for you for the in-person meeting, then you can also meet virtually with me. Just use this link to schedule a time space, a 30 minutes time slot between 12:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Also on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we'll be able to meet over Zoom. Okay. All right. Also on this link, as mentioned earlier in a separate video, this link also takes you to a platform where you have two other of my colleagues also working in the tutoring lab. Okay, so if none of this time works for you, you can also schedule with any of my colleagues to go through any problem that you may have. Okay, read the course description. There's no textbook that you need to purchase. The textbook for this class is available and is free. Download online. You can download and use as desired. It is under Creative Commons, so we have a free access to it. Go through the course details, the course website in particular. There's a different video on navigation. Go through that video and try to play around the course website. But of course, you can't enter into the course platform without enrolling or registering into the course. So this course will be hosted entirely on myopenmath.com. Okay. It's a platform that provided the free resource we are using in this class, so that way it saves us costs and we don't really have to purchase things like textbook. Okay, so to do that, you will need the enrollment key, there's already the course registration ID, and you also need the enrollment key. Okay, a different video illustrates how to do the registration. So go ahead and register on the course website, and the website, of course, our web address is here. You can copy and paste this on your web browser, or you can just hold the control key, click on it, and it will take you to the course registration. This goes into my course because I'm already logged in, but a separate video illustrates how that process works. So use that video to register for the class. Okay. And then the course structure, the course it has 13 units, and it's divided into 4 sections. At the last page, we are going to have detailed listing of the course section, and we'll get there in a moment. So here, I just placed some tips here to help you to be successful in the course. I'll go through this, and if you adhere to this, my experience is that you'll find yourself doing well, sometimes better than you had anticipated. If you have not had a math class for some time or a statistics class for a while, These tips will be helpful. And I believe that we'll all be successful once we apply ourselves on the course. Okay. Assessments, there will be 2 to 3 parts homework to each unit. I hope you keep up with the timeline. One of the common challenges you find among the tips here is that people let work pile up, and when that happens, you run into a problem. You get overwhelmed. So don't let that happen. Keep up with the homework and keep each work completed when it is due, or before the due date, rather. Okay, so we have 2 homework. There will be late passes in case you are running behind time. So in this course, you're going to have like 10 late passes. These late passes you can use to extend the due date for any homework assessment. By yourself, you don't need to contact me. You just use it to move the assessment forward. And when you use any late pass to extend the specific homework you've applied it on, just for 3 days. Okay, again, you don't need my permission to do this. Everybody has this assigned on the platform automatically. But you are not really encouraged to do that. I'm not recommending that you use the late passes. My recommendation is that you keep up with the due dates and meet up with your timeline, because that will enable you to do well on the assessments. The assessments are based, the quizzes and the exams, they're essentially based on the homework. So if you do the homework very well, you are likely going to do well on the quizzes and the exams. Okay, so there will be 2 quizzes. Okay, each of them covering different sections of the course. I'm going to talk about that briefly. There will be 1 midterm, and there will be 1 cumulative final exam. Okay, on the exams there are no makeups. Okay, so please keep to the calendar and be present. Email me way quite well ahead of time, so we make arrangement that whenever you take the exam, the same time with the class, or just after the class, or just before the class. But there are totally no makeup beyond this little flexibility that we're providing. We want everybody to take the exam at the same time, so that the integrity of the content and the assessment will be maintained. If there's any reason for you to take it, maybe before others or after others, you may be having different set of homework, set of questions entirely. So I would encourage you to keep to this. Take it with everybody at its scheduled time. There are definitely no makeup beyond the date of the exams. You could have a 1-page sheet containing formulas and notes, things that you may want to, you think might be difficult for you to remember. You are allowed to have one sheet of paper during the quiz, but you could have to, during the quiz and during the midterm, I think I stated just midterm here, but you could have 2 pages during the final exam. Okay, the final will be cumulative. Okay, we use a simple calculator. If you have TI-84 or other series, that is fine. But for this class, you just need a 4-function calculator. Okay. This is how the grading is spaced out. The homework is 20%. My hope is that you actually use the homework to learn, and not truly for assessment, because you have unlimited attempts on each question, and you are free to work in group. Work with. So I will encourage you to work in small groups of 1, maybe 2 or 3 persons, so that way it doesn't become distractive. You'll be focused on tasks when you meet. So do the homework as in small groups. If you want to, you could do it alone if there is a choice. But I encourage you to work in small groups and use the homework to learn. Go through it, practice a lot. The homework remains available for you to still practice even after the due date has passed. So if you learn a lot from the homework, if you do the homework and get good grade, not just get high scores, but learn the concept in the process, I assure you will do well in the quizzes and in the exams, because the quizzes and exams are derived directly from the homework. Different questions, of course, but the framework is derived from the homework. There will be 2 quizzes, as mentioned, quiz 1 and 2. And that is 15% each. Excuse me. Participation is important, okay? And I'm explaining here that it's not just like how much many times you contribute directly in class. Also showing up and being of your best behavior also counts, okay? Participation is 5%, midterm is 20%, and the final exam cumulative is 25%, okay? All right, and this is how your letter grade will be assigned, okay? Go through this university policy carefully. They contain important information. And of course, if you're needing accommodation, let me know and go through this section, of course, very well and follow through with what you are required to do. There's information about emergency preparedness. If you've not signed up on the alert system, please do so. There are other academic support services. You want to go to this link to find out more. And religious holidays, of course. Read through this so you know what to do if you're needing time. The school as a policy does not observe religious holidays, but as individual, you will be permitted to observe religious holidays if you follow the proper channel, communicate with me ahead of time, and read through this, okay, if you think that will be useful to you. This is the course calendar. It's tentative, okay? It's subject to change, but at the moment, this is the schedule we have. So please go through this. I've tried as much as possible to state what will be covered or the content that will be covered each class day, okay? So you have PowerPoint, of course, and other added resources in addition to what you've already seen on the course webpage when you go to the notification video. So this is what we have. And of course, the first quiz is coming up on the 13th of September. Okay, and this essentially covers section 1. It covers section 1. And section 1 is the introductory material that we have here, which will be going through the first 2 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks of the course. After quiz 1, after we've covered section 1 and 2, we have exam 1. Okay, so exam 1 will essentially contain things that will be assessing your knowledge on section 1 and 2. Okay, and then we have section 3. After section 3, we have quiz 2. Quiz 2 will cover only section 3, right? I think I have a mistake here. So say we cover topics from section 2. Okay, that will not be section 2, so this will be section 3. Okay, so quiz 2, I'm going to update this on the website in a moment. So quiz 2, we cover section 3 work, okay? And then, of course, after section 4, we have final exam, which will be cumulative, but we exclude section 1. So the final exam will cover section 2, 3, and 4, okay? So go through this, have these dates handy so that you'll be able to follow through with the course. And of course, on the course website, keep up with the due dates. I'm going to provide you a different page that will include just the due dates for the homework. But that might be later in the semester when I must have placed all the homework in place. Okay, but you can go to the course website to know due dates at any point in time. Okay, I expect you to read through this. I just did a quick highlights of key items. I expect you to read through the syllabus in detail. Thank you.